So there's been 10,947 deaths in Canada. 10,781 were in long-term care. This is an issue. Again, anchor point. It's your fault, you piece of garbage. Stay home. It's your fault. Stay home. It's your fault. Put on the mask. It's your fault. You're killing grandma. 30 years of reports out of long-term care homes that you're not doing your job. They just had the military in there saying, people laying in pools of their shit and feces in your stomach. I can't speak anymore. And but anchor points, COVID, deadly virus. We need to do everything we can to protect people. Stay inside. Stay inside. Don't do anything. No gatherings. Stay inside. Anchor points. Okay? Do we see how this might affect our thinking on this issue? This is why I bring this up. That's the psychology of what's going on. That's what they're doing to us. They set an anchor point so severe that even reasonable people don't want to say the truth. You want to know why? Because you would be seen as ridiculous. So even the pullback, they get what they want. Because you say, well, okay, the anchor point's here. I can't go and actually tell the truth over here because nobody will believe me. So you backpedal to something you think you can convince people on. Now they're here, and now you do that again. And now they're here. And now you're all the way pulled over here, and you don't know how the hell you got there. That's psychology of what's going on. It's nuts. I said on Mark's show when we closed, everybody's waiting for a hero. Everybody's waiting for somebody to step up and do something. Well, the first thing you can do is understand what's being done to you. Now, you can do that through our channel and other channels like ours. I don't know how many are really like ours. But we can also do it when we get good information. Learn it yourself. I'll give out a few of the links I did again tonight. And we'll understand if you want to go through those things, learn about it. It should make everyone angry. Like Linda's right. It makes her angry. It should make everyone angry because when you see what they're doing and you understand, like psychology is a very fun hobby of mine. I've always enjoyed it. Psychology of influence, another great one. The Psychology of Persuasion. This is a great book talking about marketing because I always wanted to know how they did these things. For instance, I'll give you another example. You don't think you can be influenced and in ways you don't really understand? How did Starbucks get to the point where they could charge $5 for a freaking coffee pretty much? How did they get to the point where people were willing to pay when you can go to Tim's, Dunkin' Donuts, all these other options were out there that were very popular at the time? How did they come in and get such a massive amount of the market? Psychology. You know what the first thing they did? They differentiated themselves as a coffee shop. This is actually, that's part of this book I just read from. If you want to get that book, one of the best books I could ever recommend. They changed everything about the coffee shop. You walked in and it felt gourmet, or not gourmet. It felt, ritzy, classy. It wasn't a Dunkin' Donuts. It wasn't a Tim's. It wasn't. Yeah. So you walk in and there's a nice setting. They don't have, what else don't they have? They don't have a small, medium, and large coffee. They have, what is it? Short, tall, venti, grande. Oh, I'm not paying $5 for a large coffee. No. I'm paying $5 for a venti. Different psychology. This is how stupid people are. I'm guilty of it too. We all are, because we have automated responses where we don't want to have to think through every decision of our life. And marketers and politicians and the elites, they hone in on it because they know that you won't read the majority of things, that you're not rational about everything as much as you think you are. Perfect example of Starbucks. So small, or is it not small? It's short, right? Medium, tall, large, venti, extra large, grande, or grande. I don't know their freaking size.
We've joked about
then they went with stuff like Macchiato Misto and Biscotti and all these weird names for the goods. They didn't sell like regular. And this is how they got people to sign up and just go, awesome. I love, Starbucks, and you've made the decision. And once you've gone there once, you had a good experience. Then you go there again, you've had a good experience. Now you're lining up behind yourself because you've had a good experience. So, I don't even know why I'm doing this thing anymore. It's just I've done it because I think it's the right thing to do. Anchor points. Stay inside. You're killing people. Shame on you. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I say blah, 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 blah. Why? Because 82%, I think it is the number, of the deaths in Ontario have been from long-term care homes. This problem isn't a new problem. It's been a problem for over 30 years. Anchor points, right? It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault, you piece of garbage. Put on the mask. Stay home. Blah, 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 blah. That's every day with your government coming at you. And really, sorry, one more point. Really, if they cared, we know that 80% of people that ended up in hospital were vitamin D deficient. How much is a bottle of frickin' vitamin D? $12? If you really cared, you'd be doing that. But Anchor Point, you're the piece of garbage.
I saw these numbers the other night. I don't know if you had shared them or what it was, but it was maybe a difference of like a couple hundred of the deaths weren't. Like, so the majority of the deaths are in long-term care homes. Like 200 of those, of all the deaths, were like outside of the care homes or something like that.
This is the thing. Like,
I
had a conversation with another one of my brothers, and he goes, he's like, me, Greg, this was months ago. He goes, I don't know that you're not right, or you didn't really know what to think, but he goes, like, what's the end game? 2030, you'll own nothing and you'll like it. How do you get there? And this is the next thing that needs to be explored. How do you get there? Because people aren't going to willingly give this up. I have theories about this, right? And one of the theories I have is that there will be a change in power, and that the people that will be put in place, that will be elected by the people, are going to be people that appear to have your interest at heart. It's going to seem like it's from the right groups, and then it's going to be same thing. And it's just setting the tracks. If you're not paying attention, you're not going to pick up on all of it. And when we blind ourselves because we like people, this is like the psychology side of things again. We want to belong to a tribe. We don't want to seem like we're inconsistent. And the battle from my standpoint is, okay, I don't want to seem inconsistent either, but when you're exploring these new information comes along, and if it changes my mind based on good information, then it changes my mind. So there's been 10,947 deaths in Canada. 10,781 were in long-term care. This is an issue. Again, Anchor Point, it's your fault, you piece of garbage, stay home. It's your fault, stay home. It's your fault, put on the mask. It's your fault, you're killing grandma. 30 years of reports out of long-term care homes that you're not doing your job. They just had the military in there saying, people laying in pools of their shit and feces in your stomach. I can't speak anymore. And now it's our fault. It's our fault. You haven't been able to staff them in 20, 30 years. It's your fault. Hey, it seems like the Anchor Point is it's our fault, and what they're doing is gaslighting the public so that they don't receive any of the blame. Why would you blame the government when it's your fault? Put on the mask, you piece of ass. That's what they've done. And we're allowing it because we're not aware. How does this stop? You become aware of the devices that are pulling the strings. It's not merely enough to know what they have said. We have to understand the why behind it. That's what Diverge Media is about. And I think I'm going to hammer that again because we're about to close off here. But Diverge Media is not about just what happened. It's about why it's happening. It's the deep dive in behind and understanding what's going on and truly trying to get to the truth. And that's why we say Diverge Media, stories that matter, truth falls where it falls. No matter how inconvenient, okay, I want people to like me, but if I tell something because it's the truth and people don't like it, then so be it. My job's not to be liked. My job's to inform and tell people the truth. Now, where that goes from there, I don't know, but I hope there's an appetite for the truth out there. And I hope what we're doing right now is enough for people to want to explore more. I know we need to do a better job of getting our message out. It's my fault. That's how it's 99% my fault. That's our one, whatever, Extreme Ownership, Jocko Willink. It's a great book to read. It is my fault. Even if I can only control 1% of what's going on and everything out there right now, I'm going to own my crap. I didn't do enough today. I was busy. That's an excuse. I didn't do enough today. I should have got a video up. All these things. I'm not making excuses anymore. We need solutions. We need people on the front line fighting. We need answers. And right now, I'm going to tell you, it's not going to get better by doing the same old, same old. Somebody needs to come in and shake these things up.